Okay, we got a clean out right here by the house. Should be nice and easy. Let's see what we got. Got water flowing. Let's see if we can get to the street. PVC, nice and easy. Flooded a lot of water. Didn't see anything come back on us. It looked like we're getting good drainage. Let's see if we can get down to the main. We do have some big trees here. Still flowing, nice and easy. Should be the drop down coming up here. Alright, we got our street clean out here. It's about 40 feet away from the house clean out. Let's see if we can drop down into the main from here. Then we're going to cast iron. Okay, so right here we're going to the cast iron before we get to the main. It's the vertical. That's usually not too bad of a thing. All right, here we go. This looks like the bottom of it. Hard to see here. All right. So we might go to the other clean out there. Let me go ahead and pull this back here so we can see the connection. I'm going to cut the water off so we can get a better look at this connection down here. So let me stop here. Got 40 feet. We're almost. I think this is the drop down going to the main, but we got cast iron here. So I want to cut this water off to get a better look at it, and then I'll come back in 1 second. Okay, I was able to locate the other clean outs in the bushes over there, cast iron clean out. So I'm going to pull this back and I'll see if I can get into that one. We may not be able to, so we don't want to break them. Sometimes we just can't get in those. But so we got a cast iron pipe to drop down. Let's go and pull back, look at the bottom of this pipe, and then I'll attempt to get the other one open. And we'll see if we can finish. I think we're close to the main, but not quite there. I always like to, when I can, actually see the main. What we've got here, though, it looks like a line's been replaced. It's got PVC most of the way. We got a cast iron drop down, but you know, cast iron vertical is not a huge issue. It's whenever it goes horizontal that usually causes the problem. This line here looks pretty good. Nice and clean, pull it back. This must be a newer line. We're in good shape. Like I said, I do want to see, you know, where it stops when it comes to that clean out. That's where it looks like the replacement stops. We probably have some roots in this thing in the old cast iron. But I'd like to see the rest of it if I can, so I'm going to try my best. Back that way. That's okay. Alright, we're going to pull this out. Go back out here. I'm going to go to the other clean out and see if I can possibly get in there. If not, this will be the end, and I'll review the tape once I get back to the office. This looks great running the cast iron, but I'll see if I can get the rest of the way for you. Okay, we do have it located, and we do have able to get it open without breaking it. So, my real bushes. I'm in the middle of a pile of bushes here. This is where this clean out's hidden, just for future reference. Here's the house. It goes right over here. It's in these pile of bushes right here. So let's just see if possibly we can get a little further and get a look at the main. So you got your entrance here. That's where we're just at. Let's see if we can keep going. It's a hard turn. We might not be able to because it's just a hard turn. There we go. There we go. All right, now we're in the cast iron section. It's not unusual, get some debris and stuff in here. Got a little bit of a belly here. Going without breaking anything. So we do have a bit of a lateral run. Cast iron before we get to the main. This could actually be like a neighborhood main right here, actually, catching a few other ones. But I want to make sure. This is a big cast iron pipe. Okay, yeah, I think this is the main. This is the cast iron sort of neighborhood main here. It looks like. Let's see what we do. Okay, no, here's the main. Okay. So we probably are catching a couple other houses here, possibly, but this is our main connection. You got the water flowing there. Good. That looks nice and clean down there. All right. So here's our connection. We do have it, flow all the way. A little bit, you got some scaling going on in the cast iron. You can tell it's snagging some stuff. You got some, toilet paper and debris and stuff like that. But it does seem like it's evacuating and it's getting out. So I think we're probably okay. But we were able to successfully get to the main. I'll make you feel a little bit better. We can get you good information. So stop here. Let me get some sanitation going. And we'll pull back, get out of here, then clean everything up. Should be able to get you a good report. And although it is cast iron, it's a lateral, we always kind of mention it's always a little bit of a problem because cast iron that rots over time, and it is past its service life when that was put in. However, this run looks okay. We got some scale buildup, debris hanging around. There's a little bit of a possible trenching there in that pipe, so I would still recommend a plumber look at this just in case. But, as far as cast iron goes, this looks pretty decent to me. This stuff always rots from the bottom, so we always worry about what the bottom of this pipe looks like. And you can see a little bit of a groove there, a little bit of a wear. I don't think it's gone through, but this is the kind of thing that may need to be watched and routinely serviced and scoped, because it's kind of a matter of time before that kind of finishes rotting out. So it might be one of those things you want to plan on in the next several years, possibly down the road. You might have to do some more work, because this part here is still going to be your responsibility from the house to the main until you hit that main line. Now the connection itself, you see you got some debris kind of hanging around in there, so there's some water in there. That's always a possible where it's kind of rotted out a little bit, bit of a belly. You do have some debris hanging in there, so we'll have a plumber look at this. But I mean, we've run a lot of water, and the water is getting out. So there's not an enormous amount of debris being held up. So it looks a little bad, but it's pretty normal for cast iron. All right, made it back out. We got a good complete scope. We're back out. We'll get the report to you.